Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm eager to film this video. I literally just ran to the mailbox because I saw this package was delivered. I purchased all three of the new limited edition scents from Janeiro, and I'm going to review them here for you guys. I've smelled all the scents except for Anita in the Janeiro line, so I feel like I can compare them to other scents if they have any similarities, and just let you know my first impressions of these scents. I will be updating the description box on Monday with just how each of them work, because I do want to wear each of them separately just to let you know their wear time. But typically the Janeiro scents you do have to reapply throughout the day. But we'll see if any of them are a little stronger than others. This is my first impression. I haven't smelt any of them at all. I did open the box and one of them unfortunately is leaking a little bit, and whichever one that is, I'm in love. The box smells so good, so I'm really curious to see which one that is. But you know, I had to pick them up. I've done other Janeiro fragrance videos in the past. I did a ranking of all my favorites, so if you want to know my personal favorites from the line, definitely go check out that video. But I will be ranking these and just describing them in an everyday basic manner for you. I'm a fragrance lover, not an expert, so I'm just going to tell you my first impressions on these scents. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, for spending some time with me today. If you've not already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos. Let's jump into this fragrance review. Each of these are the smaller size. They're the 90 milliliter packaging, and they retail for $31 Canadian, $24 US if you were to purchase them individually. And they are the same size as last year's fragrances, which I have right here. If you didn't already know, they did release tan lines in a new name, Rio Radiance, that just came out. It is tan lines. So definitely go check that out if you're curious about tan lines or wanted to repurchase that. We will be focusing on these three new fragrances. They're all sealed up. Which one of you are leaking? I think it might be Bikini Season, which was the one that I was most excited for. I'm going to save that one for last. I thought the order of my preference, based on reading the notes, would be Bikini Season, Do Not Disturb, and then When in Rio. However, I feel like When in Rio is the one that's really popular right now. We will start off with When in Rio. This daring, delicious scent inspires the no-rules side of you with a rush of notes like vanilla amber, twilight jasmine, luscious pear, and sandalwood. Anything can happen when in Rio. That was a brief description. It is part of the amber floral fragrance family. The top notes are wild bergamot, luscious pear, the middle is twilight jasmine, warm skin, and the dry down is vanilla amber and sandalwood. This smells really good. First impression, not even spraying it, I love how this smells. This is so good to me. This smells incredible. Perfectly described family, amber floral. It is what it's saying it is. This smells warm and rich to me while being still wearable for daily wear. I feel like this is kind of a nighttime fragrance, but I would wear this during the day. It is so beautiful. It is fairly complex considering the note profile. I do get hit with that bergamot, but it's not overpowering to me anyways. A little bit of jasmine. It is warm. Like the vanilla amber and the warm skin I get a lot of, and that base of sandalwood, which I find really appealing, especially in colognes, but it's not cologne-y. It's definitely amber floral, and I feel like so many people are gonna love this, and it's not too floral, so don't let that hold you back. I feel like I ranked this with my third based on the notes because I was worried it was gonna be a little too floral. It's not. It is beautiful. Initial impression of this, I feel like based on how this one smells, I already like this better than last year's releases. I feel like this is right up my alley. I'm gonna get a ton of use out of this. Please bring this back as well. Oh, it's so good. I wish this was part of the permanent line. That's the one thing about these summer releases being limited edition. I feel like that one definitely is gonna be a hit. It smells so good in the opening, and yeah, definitely that warm dry down. It's beautiful. All right, I'm excited now because that one I thought was going to be my least favorite. So we're starting off really promising. I'm going to go to Do Not Disturb, which I thought would be my second place one. That first day of vacay, feeling in a sheer floral scent with notes of airy mimosa flower, warm musk, fresh linens, and soft vanilla. So I personally am not a fan of linen scents, so I hope that's a little bit lighter in this one. And the fragrance family of this is floral musk, so that was what kind of threw me. This could have potentially been in my third place spot, but I felt like the first might have been too floral. This one, the top notes are mimosa flower, sun-washed linen. The mid is violet petals, warm sand, and the dry is nude musk and soft vanilla. So considering the linen is at the top, I feel like this is going to be okay for me. If this was the dry down, I wouldn't particularly care for it, but I'm a huge fan of musk and vanilla, so let's go ahead and spray this and open it. The blue one was my favorite from last summer releases because it smelled like raspberry candy, and I had nothing like that in my collection. Even just taking off that plastic, I can smell the linen. Okay, surprisingly, this was the one that was leaking in the box. So right away for the opening of this, I don't care for the linen smell. I knew that going in. This was the one leaking in the box though, and I loved how it smelled. So I'm waiting for the dry down of this, spraying it in its entirety, not just smelling it here. You get more of the notes. So it's not strictly the linen, but the linen definitely stands out in the opening. So if you're not a fan, you're probably not gonna like this one as much. This one is definitely less than the When in Rio. When in Rio, I would repurchase all day, every day. This isn't bad. I can smell that musky quality in the base. I do get the soft vanilla. I feel like this is a little bit like Cloud, but with linen heavily on top of Cloud. So if you like that musky base with that vanilla yumminess, it is nice. Mixed with that freshness of the linen. It's different from anything that I personally have, so I'm happy to have it in my collection. Compared to the ones from last year, this is probably even my least favorite from all those. I think I like this a little bit more than Tropical Nights from last year. That one was a little on the heavy side for me. This is a nice light musk, fresh vanilla soft musk with that linen. So hopefully that helps describe it. Like a little bit of the base of Cloud, but very, very fresh in the opening is how I would best describe it. Not a repurchase one for me. Still nice. I'm going to definitely use that, but not my personal fave so far. Moving on to Bikini Season. This one was my top fragrance. If I were to only have picked one based off the notes, it would have been this one because I'm in love with a gourmand and a fruity gourmand, which this is the fragrance family. Sign me up. All day, every day, I will wear a fruity gourmand scent. So I am very excited for this one. My expectation is higher than the other ones just because I feel like this is going to be my favorite scent. But you know what? All we can do is try it. I can't smell it through the plastic yet. It's described as a burst of sunshine, warmth on skin, lounging poolside. Peak summer energy is here with the juicy scent spiked with notes of guava nectar, coconut water, pink musk, and a twist of lemon. I heard this is quite citrus, which normally I'm not a fan of, but in the summer I feel like is very appropriate. The top notes of this are guava nectar, coconut water. The mid notes are sunlit orchid, lemon twist, and wild orris. I'm excited to smell the orris in this. The dry down is pink musk and vanilla cloud. All these having a vanilla dry down. Yes, Sol de Janeiro. Thank you. This almost smells like Flintstone vitamins when I first opened this up, but we're going to spray this first. I get that citrusness. Okay, this one is also leaking. What is going on? This was definitely the one that was leaking in the box. Weird that both of them are leaking because I didn't smell linen. I was wondering why it smelled like that, but I guess layering these two could potentially be an amazing combo. But yeah, I'm getting Flintstone vitamin vibe from this. Definitely fruity. Haven't even sprayed it yet. Okay, yep. Totally Flintstone vitamins. This smells super yummy and edible. I get mostly the guava with the pink musk vanilla in this one. I do smell the vanilla in this as well. I smell the vanilla in all of them, which is really, really nice. Okay, do I like this more than When in Rio though? This is hard for me to decide. So Bikini Season is like my typical scent, I would say. When in Rio is fairly special to the collection. I feel like this one is going to potentially be the one to sell out and hopefully be the one that they repackage into a permanent scent. But I would like to see Bikini Season as well. I think this might be the most fruity of all Sol de Janeiro I've ever smelled. Minus the raspberry from last year, which I was really attracted to. That raspberry note was just really prominent. This has more of a blended fruity scent that you pick up that yumminess of the vanilla, which I really love. I think if you're a fan of 40, though these don't smell anything alike, you're probably gonna like Bikini Season because it has that fruit mixed with that gourmand quality. So I feel like those will like that. If you're a fan of 68, you might like Do Not Disturb only if you like linen. And When in Rio is just a standout. I feel like you need to smell this one out of all the ones. Still love Bikini Season though, because it has that Flintstone vitamin fruity quality to it, which I'm a child, so that appeals to me. My overall ranking of these fragrances would be When in Rio, Bikini Season, then Do Not Disturb. I would totally purchase these ones again. Do Not Disturb, I probably wouldn't, just based on that linen opening. However, in the box, with these leaking, incredible combination there. So I'm gonna definitely test that out, and I want to test these out individually over the next few days to let you know how each of them individually wear. So I will be updating this video in the description box in terms of the wear if you would like to come back and find out more about those. But in general, Sol de Janeiro is one of those fragrance mints you do have to reapply throughout the day, so I don't see these being any different. When in Rio might last a little bit longer just because it has that potency to it, that strength that I find really appealing for that one. But overall, this is my first impression. I hope this helps you out kind of decide maybe where you're leaning, what you want to pass on, what you want to pick up. Maybe you didn't pick up one over the other, and my description, that's very basic, helps you decide whether one of these will suit you or not. If you have the same preferences as me, this will help you with the ordering, I feel like. And compared to last year, these ones I like better, honestly. Overall, just taking them in general, all three together, I feel like this is better suited to me than last year's launches. And I feel like I'm gonna use all three of these way more than last year. Last year, I did really like these two. I reached for the blue one the most. I feel like in all three of these, I'm gonna make a better dent than even this one. That's how much I like the new releases for this summer. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, for spending some time with me today. If you've not already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to know how these last, be sure to come back on Monday when I update you on these fragrances. So I will see you guys then.